Hey guys, my name is CykaHotFire and today I'm going to be once again talking about some CSGO investments, and today I'm going to be going over some options for practically everyone. Whether you're a Saudi prince or just found a $5 bill on the street, this video will have options for you. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, but for now, let's get right into it. So before we talk about what investments you should make, let's talk about the best way to make them and which sites to use to initially start buying. Personally, the two sites I use are Skinport and SkinBaron. Usually, when it comes to bulk items such as cases or stickers, the prices are really similar. So if you're more familiar with one site than the other, that's fine. But the reason why you want to use sites like this to buy the items is because they're much cheaper than Steam Market, which is obviously great for investing, especially in bulk. I also have affiliate codes with both Skinport and SkinBaron, so be sure to sign in through my link in the description as it does help support me as well. But now let's actually get into our first investments, starting with some of the cheaper options. First, let's talk about some cases, especially the shattered web case, which recently had been sitting at a price point of $2.60 towards the beginning of the month and now seems to be sitting somewhere consistent at around the $150 mark on Steam, or around $125 on both SkinBaron and Skinport. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I invest in an item that has literally tanked almost half of its value in less than a month? Well, I actually made an entire video on the shattered web case already, but just to give a bit of a TLDR to the situation, the only reason why they tanked was because of the release of the fracture case. And since they share the exact same collection of knives, it seemed like some less experienced investors came to the conclusion that that meant to absolutely panic sell and cash out. Well, the entire reason why the shattered web cases were increasing in the first place was because they aren't possible to get anymore, as they were operation exclusive. If you're looking to invest in a bulk of items, the shattered web case is a perfect opportunity, and with such a low current price point, anybody can invest. And as supplies of them will obviously only get lower as more people open them, they will increase in price over the long term. But you might see a bit of fluctuation in the near future, so if you invest, don't cash out, don't get worried just because they drop a few cents. They are going to go up in the long term, practically guaranteed. For our next investment, we're going to start to get a bit more expensive. The Community Sticker Capsule 1 has been fluctuating at around $4 to $4.50 on the Steam Market and currently sits at around $3.90 on both Skinport and SkinBaron. Now, I feel like this is an option not a lot of people are considering at all, and when I look up investment videos, I just never seem to see this. Just like the shattered web case, it recently had a decent drop in price, with so many people getting hyped about investments and so many people wanting to buy in. They've now flattened out at about $4 and seem to be a bit of a more stable investment. The reason I see these capsules as a good investment option is because the quantity of them is insanely low, only 1,100 on the Steam Market, which funny enough is 400 less than the Sticker Capsule 2, which is the capsule with the crown foil. But the Sticker Capsule 2 is currently sitting at around $12 on the Steam Market, even though there's 400 more. Now, you're probably thinking that's because the Sticker Capsule 2 has a highly sought after sticker, and the stickers in the Community Sticker Capsule 1 aren't as good. But the thing is, although they might not have as much hype behind them as the crown foil does, the capsule still has the swag foil, flammable foil, and headhunter foil, stickers that are incredibly rare right now and potentially could be used for high tier crafts. Personally, I feel like the Sticker Capsule 1s have great potential, especially with the dwindling quantity of them, so it's a great thing to keep an eye on. I've invested in a few myself, maybe like 10, nothing too crazy, I might buy some more, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on, or if you feel confident enough, you can invest right now. It looks like they stabilized at around $4 for now, and I don't see any real reason why they should drop more, so I'd say they're a pretty safe investment. Next, we're gonna really jump up in price to some items in the Operation Bravo case. Now, I don't actually recommend buying the actual Bravo case, as I mean currently it's on the market at like $26 per case, which is absolutely insane. It went to above $30 during July, but just couldn't sustain that price and tanked back down shortly after. Now, I don't think people are gonna wanna pay that much for a case, but the items inside it, they can be a different story. Something like the Op Graphite or P2000 Ocean Foam both have pretty similar trends when it comes to price and have increased from $60 at the beginning of the year to $100 as of the end of August when I'm making this video. So not a bad increase at all, and they're definitely a safe investment for the future. And of course, you can use something like the Op Graphite as a play skin while having it as an investment as well. And not to mention, you can get the Op Graphite at like $70, I believe, on both SkinBaron and Skinport last time I checked, which was like a few hours ago. I doubt it changed that drastically. So sick skin, you could use it as a play skin, and it has been increasing in price, so it looks like a safe investment. If you really have a lot of money to spend, I would recommend going for the Fire Serpent, as well obviously it is once again part of the Bravo case and has shown a great increase in price over time. Field tested Fire Serpents were $250 on Skinport at the beginning of the year and are currently selling for around $370 to $380, so not a bad profit at all. But at the end of the day, I'm sure not a lot of people are going to want to put $380 into a CS skin, so you can definitely just stick with one of the previous investments I went over if you aren't comfortable spending that much money. But if you feel like you understand how the market works and how CS investing works, you could definitely put some money into it. And now that we're getting into some really expensive investments, let's talk about some past operation collections and why they can potentially be super promising. In the Shattered Web operation, CSGO introduced 3 new operation collections: the Canals, Norse, and St. Mark collection, all with new skins like the Op Prince, Gungnir, and all that good stuff. But the thing about Valve introducing new collections is it presumably means the old ones got discontinued. The Chop Shop, Gods and Monsters collection, and Rising Sun collection are just to name a few. And the thing about these old collections is that you literally cannot get the items from them anymore if the collection is discontinued, which means the prices of the higher tier items are really gonna go up. Just take a look at the factory new Poseidon for example. $300 at the beginning of the year and now well over $1,000 just because of how hyped it got after the new operation collections got released and people realized Valve probably isn't going to bring back the old operation collections. Obviously, there is a bit of risk if Valve does decide to bring these collections back, but I highly doubt it, and I just see them using Canals, Norse, and St. Mark again if there is another operation, which I mean, I assume there will be, but dude, it's Valve. It could be 5 years, 20 years, 200 years in the future. Like, who knows, man? But since Canals, Norse, and St. Mark were the recent ones, and I suspect them to be used again, I would heavily advise not to invest in any items from these 3 collections, but to look at some of the older ones. Just to name a few of the items to look at, the M4A1 Hot Rod, M4A1 Icarus Fell, AK Hydroponic, and M4A4 Daybreak are just to name a few. And if you want to check out all the collections, you could just look them up on the Steam Market or online. And if anything catches your eye, just make sure it's not from the 3 collections I said not to invest in. And it should be a safe investment really, unless Valve brings them back, which once again I highly doubt. But since these are definitely going to be some of the more expensive items, it all really depends on your budget at the end of the day. Something like the Deagle Blaze can even be good as well if you do have a lot of money to spend. It just came off a $500 high and has been sitting at around $400 on the Steam Market and is sub $300 on both Skinport and SkinBaron. I think I'm actually going to buy one myself in the near future as they are a really sought after skin, and I wouldn't be surprised if they follow the price trend of the Glock Fade, which currently sits at $1,200 on the Steam Market, as it's just another skin from one of the old collections that people really seem to like. But yeah, besides that, I hope I did a good job covering all the investments for everybody's price range and why they're good, and don't forget to use the links at the top of the description if you are looking at investing. And if you have any questions, definitely be sure to comment. I always read all of my comments, so I'll definitely give you an answer for whatever you're looking for. But once again, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and check out some of my other videos. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.